Hello guys, I'm back. That was so fucking funny. And just give you a chance to come on before I start telling the story of what just happened. Health visitors are human too. But the problem is for parents who are, oh my goodness, my back is, oh my whole spot. I'm going to end up in A&E, guys. This is not funny. I'm really going to end up in A&E at this state. I really need a chiropractor. If anybody knows a chiropractor that will touch an Ehlers-Danlos syndrome body, please send them my way. I'm paid on Friday. I'm only getting 647 of the 1200 this time, so they've knocked me down even further. I knew this time was coming, but that was so funny. As a few of you have come on now, and if you're parents, you're going to laugh your fucking heads off at this. They give you something really giggly to laugh at. The health visitor has just turned up 34 minutes late, right, for a 2 o'clock appointment, and her phone kept ringing. And she's like, oh, it's the nursery. It's all right. Okay, yeah, it's fine. And then we started talking, and obviously I'm near tears, and she can see that I'm in absolute agony, and she knows this is getting serious, and she knows that this system doesn't have me as an EDS Asperger's mother. It has me as a child abuser. I'm a child abuser at the end of the day. I've had my kids taken, do you know what I mean? So this system has caused for me with Shiloh to nearly die on my house floor with Elijah in the house by myself. And one of the neighbours that lives here, who was also somebody who'd had, I don't discuss her because she's been an absolute angel to me, and she's in a really good place now. She's actually got contact back with all of her kids, but there was drugs involved. And even though I was in labour with Shiloh, I was hanging onto the door, not letting the paramedics take me out because they wanted this person to stay with Elijah. And I was panicking that social were going to turn up and just take Elijah, and Dean wasn't here. And I was screaming at the door going, no, Elijah's got to come with me. And they're going, no, he can't come in the ambulance. And this is why I have had social in my life, because there is a point in my life where an emergency happens and the captain of the ship goes down and somebody has to take over. And if you don't have, I am like seriously so close to needing to go to A&E, it's not funny. And I'm hoping I can prolong it till this weekend. And hopefully maybe just rest this weekend while Dean's here, and hopefully try and stabilise myself somehow. I need to get on my roller skates, really. My roller skates and dancing really help, and it keeps my head high, it keeps it out, and I probably need it anyway. But anyway, the health visitor turned up and the phone rang and she clicked it out. I said, if you need to answer it, you need to answer it, it's fine. So she said, this is getting serious now, isn't it? I said, yeah. And I told her about my friend Melissa and ending up in hospital with everything. And I said, look, you know, this stuff happens. And I did actually make a dig when she turned up. She said, I'm sorry I'm late. I said, I know. I said, it's fine. I said, but just please remember when you're in a call meeting, if that was one of the parents doing that, you know, we get our kids taken, you know, for failing to attend. And like on mine completely flipped over because Aaron and Faith were coming home. And then I ended up in A&E finally, and I had to drag myself out, completely fucking sedated, get on a train, go to Bangor, sit with a psychologist, and then get back on the train and go all the way to Wrexham and get to court. And I was like completely, I'd been on gas and air, I'd been on injections. They'd given me injections in all of my joints, and they'd given me all the medications, and I was begging to not take medications and just be able to smoke a joint because it just makes things so much easier. I mean, if I was able to just smoke a joint right now, it would be so much fucking easier. But like when she turned up, she went, oh, it smells really nice in here, because of course we've had the cleaners in the hallway this afternoon. I said, come 3 o'clock, it won't do, it will go crazy in this place. Like 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, like it would just smell like a weed infested place and reek of heroin and crack and smack and alcohol, and because that's the sort of place it is, isn't it? So not everybody. In fact, it's the foreigners that aren't actually the tea drinkers. It's the British people. So anyway, the health visitor then just sat there and she went, I'm meant to be at the nursery. She said, I don't believe it. She said, I'm meant to be at the nursery. She said, oh my goodness, So she said, Kelly, do you mind if I make a phone call? I said, it's fine. So she rang and she said, I think I'm meant to be at the nursery. They said, yeah, you're meant to be at nursery today. And so she sort of looked at me and I said, nah. I said, what are you going to do? She said, is it okay if I go? I said, yeah, it's fine. She said, I'll pop back on the way over. So she rang and she said, look, I'm going to walk across quickly now because it's only across there. And she was like, oh my goodness. And then when she left, she said, shit. She said she'd been trying to book in with me, and because my phone's been down, because she just texts me. Like, she might text me at fucking 10 o'clock at night. Do you know what I mean? Like, could I make, you know? So literally, I've been under like Team Around the Child. And so people know about child protection. People know about children in need. What they don't know is about Team Around the Child. And Team Around the Child is what I had in Preston when they flipped it over and took Aaron and Faith. They said it was a merit meeting. So anyway, she's dropped me off this because this is what we were going to be going through today. These are just a couple of things because I don't know what it is that she wants me to do. But basically, they want adult social care in now. And the only reason that they need adult social care in is because nobody can go by my authority. I am not a specialist of my condition. I am not a person of authority in my life. I am not a person who can tell people how they can and can't be with me. If I do, then I'm considered aggressive and mental health. And this is the battle that I have had my entire life. And one of the reasons why Dean has said, Kelly, you can't go on Saturday. And he said, you can't go on Saturday. I said, Dean, I have to go on Saturday. I have to be in that middle of that room. I have to go live on Saturday. I have to. He said, you can't. I said, I have to. I said, if I don't, this all fucks up. This all goes wrong. I said, if I'm not in that ballroom at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and if I don't do what I know I've got to do, the shit hits the fan for you all, and I can't stop it. And nobody else is doing this. Nobody else can do what I do. And chances are, if I go and do it, I'm going to collapse in the middle of the fucking hall. And every time I go under the gas and air, I have this really weird experience. And you'll laugh your fucking heads off if I tell you some of it. And I'm sat on a commode, and all of a sudden, I have all the doctors and everything and everybody around me. This is in a hallucination on gas and air, by the way. And it's also a bit of reality of my life, because you remember what state you're in, you learn what state you're in. So I have these traumas, I suppose. So for anybody who's ever been sexually abused or ever been through physical violence, you'll know that you have flashbacks of particular incidences that have occurred. You might remember somebody grabbing your hair. You might remember the punch that went down on the top of your head. I mean, I certainly remember putting my hands over my head and taking punch after punch after punch. I mean, fuck me, my hand. I had an egg on the back of my hand like that. I'm just glad it was my hand and not so much my head. I managed to protect as much as I could. I have a death vein on the side of my head. I think you can probably see it if I bring it close. Which side is it? Which side is it? Yeah, I'm giving it my game away now. If anybody ever hit me directly over this vein, I would rupture immediately and die on the spot. Which is why I don't fight, because it's an easy thing, and I'll go for you on it as well. But if anybody has ever had that sort of trauma or been raped, then you'll know that you can have post-traumatic stress disorder to that. Now, what people don't talk about, and I should probably really make sure it's on the thing, is medical abuse. And I've been through systematic medical abuse with the system and with my family and with my friends and co-workers and people on the streets, like my whole life. I'm the sort of person that if I try to explain my condition to you and I show you bits and stuff like that, the first reaction I get is, don't do that. And it makes it very difficult to try to explain to somebody where I'm coming from. And I was on the previous live, I was talking about this situation with what happened at the train station today. I mean, they dragged this man off the top and they beat him. Like, they just went like swarms of vampires. Something's just happened to my, I don't know what's just happened to there, but it's just done something on my clock at the top on my Facebook. So, hello government. So, should we make sure you've got this? Shall I just ring Buckingham and have a conversation with Buckingham Palace's recording machine, as I like to do? Downing Street have got me blocked now, and I don't think Parliament has, but I can't get through to a few of the numbers now because I've got direct numbers straight in. Hello, can I please speak to so-and-so's PA? Okay, can you stick it on record and send it to the appropriate people, and also I'll do a freedom request of the content of this information, and that's what I'm waiting for at the moment. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of SARS and freedom requests. Just evidence and proof that they have had this information. Sid and I, through Walk for Justice, we wrote to Queen, Parliament and everything for all of you, for everybody, whether you were under mental health, physical condition, false allegations, parent alienation, denied contact, sexual abuse, child trafficking, medical neglect, the PIP, all of it. We put a whole function letter in, and it was sent to each. It's tiring, guys. It's very tiring living like this with a body like mine. If you have lost and lost syndrome, you'll get it. You'll understand. It's so, like, people don't understand about moving. In fact, my friend, Professor Greg Wyatt, who I was with Protocol Challenge Britain with, he did this whole thing on arthritis, and he put this suit on that zapped him in the same way that sort of arthritis did, and then tried to climb some stairs. And it's really funny because if you asked me to do the PIP assessment right now, you wouldn't even get me to the PIP assessment. I'm not turning up. I'm not going. This is my home. This is my resting space. I'll turn up and I could probably run up the fucking stairs. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem that people have with me. I once went to, I was on holiday. I think it was in Tenerife or something like that, Cyprus or something. And for the first 3 days of on holiday, I was in a wheelchair because, like, the whole flying, transferring, dragging trolleys, packing, all of that stuff, when I get to the other side, it's like, oh. And luckily for somebody like me who has a lanyard, I don't know when my lanyard's gone yet. My daisy, not my daisy chain, but my doodah lanyard. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, so painful. Like, not many people ever see me like this. You'd have to live with me to see me like this. You don't see me like this in the normal world. This is what psychology and social services have always struggled with, because when I was at school, obviously you have to go. Also, yeah, I used to think you had to go. Obviously you don't have to go to school, but they make you think there's an illusion that you have to get up in the morning and you have to go to school. And I used to cry my eyes out in the morning, not wanting to go, not wanting to move, not wanting to deal with it, and not wanting to deal with how people treated me at school either. Like, you know, I couldn't always do what everybody wanted me to do, or I couldn't always sit the way the teacher wanted me to sit, or, you know, I needed to go to the toilet more than everybody else, and not at the times that you were allowed to go to the toilet. I remember pissing myself as a magician because so nobody would let me go to the toilet, and just weeing all over the fucking floor. And of course my bowels and stuff like that. So, you know, I find being around other people very abusive, and because I can't be me. And that's psychology as well. But I was talking about the trauma a minute ago, and when you go in the back of an ambulance and it's because your respiratory's collapsed, or your Chiari's gone, or your body's shut down, or you're dealing with, oh, my fucking shoulder's just gone, which is just one thing. Seriously, I need a chiropractor urgently. Please, Lord, send me a chiropractor. Like, just let a chiropractor just knock on my door and say, hey, I'm in the area and we're giving free services, just to advance our new business. Just please, just let a chiropractor just knock on my door, or some student say, hey, I'm a student and I really need to take on a few clients. You know, just anyway, just put a chiropractor in front of me. If I went down to XR camp, there'd be a fucking chiropractor down there. In fact, there'd be loads of fucking healers down there. Fucking annoys me. But if a police officer touched me, I'm likely to kill them. Like, 8 police officers, mate. 8 police officers when I was arrested with David Cameron. They wanted to take my chain off me, and that's all they wanted to do. They wanted to take my chain off me. I said, you took my kids off me, and now you want to take the only fucking faith and only thing that I have that keeps me going. You don't touch my chain. And they were saying, we have to take chain off you. I was like, you step to me, you touch me. I told them straight. I said, I have EDS. I'm Asperger's, I'm a rape victim, I'm a DV victim. You step to me, I am going to assume that you are coming to hurt me, you are coming to injure me, you're coming to cause me harm. That means I have to fight to the death, do you understand? Because I'm assuming that you're not coming to tickle me, but you're coming to either kill me or you're coming to cause me some form of harm. What's the point of just hitting me? Is that's your anger, mate. That's nothing to do with me. That's you not controlling your anger. But if you're wanting to detain me, or you're standing in front of me in some way that's deeming you to be a threat to me, then I have every legal way, lawful, natural reaction, fight or flight, mate. Every psychologist will tell you when a person goes into fight and flight, you know, it's unimaginable what somebody is capable of achieving. I've taken cars out that nearly hit my son. In fact, I've done that twice. You know, I had one car that nearly hit Liam when he was a baby. I pushed him out the way. Obviously, he broke his arm. He told everybody Mummy did it. That caused me a bit of shit. But I did. I pushed him out the way and I smacked the fucking car straight clean back. And I stood over my son, you know. And then out here, when that car come wagging around, and I had Shiloh, and I was pregnant. No, yeah, I was carrying Shiloh, and Elijah was walking across, and I took the whole brunt of the car, and I moved the car, and I protected my son. When you go into a state of fight and flight, and you're in the present moment without what's gone from the past, what you're doing in the future, and you're actually completely in that moment, we are finite fucking spiritual beings. I hope this is a spiritual thing and not a physical body thing, otherwise I'm going to die very soon. That would be really handy. That really hurt. But seriously, this is the shit you don't see, because when you have a hidden condition, unless I walk around going, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, which sometimes I do, or sometimes you can hear the cracks or see bits and stuff like that. But and Graham's not turned up. He was meant to be here at 3 o'clock. He's not in a good way. He's really suicidal. He hates life, hates people, doesn't believe love exists. He calls me his angel, and his only thing that says there's a God in the world. So, like, it's quite a really nice situation to be in. But like, if Dean like said, look, we're going, Graham would die. Do you know what I mean? I'm like a beacon of hope at the moment. He's got a chance with a new future of being able to do his film. So, but yeah, you know, with this situation with this train, on Saturday I worry. I told Parliament this as well. I worry about Saturday. I don't want to worry, because worry's like a rocking chair. You go backwards and forwards and get nowhere, and you interject bad energy. So I certainly don't. I have concerns about Saturday. And the reasons that I have concerns about Saturday is, on Saturday, it's going to bring, I'm hoping people have been listening to me. I'm hoping the heads of all of these things, and I know they watch. I don't have a big audience, but I have the right audience. And then they go off to the bigger audience, and the Lord protects me that way. So, unfortunately, my network is my gag will break soon, I hope. But I worry on Saturday, and the reason that I worry on Saturday, and I'm hoping Yellow Jackets step back and step into the positions that they need to take, which is in between the police and the people. And I hope every Yellow Jacket does this and realises that they have a vital role on Saturday. And it's not what you think it's been all this whole time. And you're going to be the biggest protectors out of all of this. And the revolution is here, whether you want it or not. The revolution is here. The revolution is happening. The book of Revelations is here. It is this time and space. This is the most pinnacle time that we're ever going to have on this planet. So on this planet, this solar system, this thing called Earth. And there is no borders and boundaries on a world, whether you want to believe it's round or flat, you know. And I will say, just because there's a globe in the corner, that doesn't make it fact. So is it in many shapes of all forms? Who knows? Oh, fuck. I have EDS, it has me, and sometimes we dance, and today we're gonna fucking dance. Do you know what I do when I get like this? I go, every day in every way, I'm getting stronger and stronger, yes! Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better, yes! Every day in every way, I'm getting healthier and healthier, yes! I have EDS and it has me, but today I'm gonna kick its fucking ass! Today it's letting me know who's boss, and that this condition is very, very, very real, and it does live in me, and I do have to deal with it, and I do have to manage it, and I do have to do things differently, and I'm not like everybody else. And it's okay if I need to sit in a wheelchair and go out for the day, and it's okay if I need to put an ankle brace on that day, and it's okay if I need to come on here and have all my headgear on, and it's okay if I need to rest, and it's okay if, you know, I want to just go out and completely fucking just get my roller boots on and just fucking smash it, and, you know, just do what I love, and just give it my fucking all. And I'm amazing. I'm an amazing dancer. Fucking amazing dancer. I'll blow your fucking mind. Like, so seriously, I'll stop a club just to, I can walk into a club, take the stage, and everybody just stands still. And that's the same with my speaking as well. So I could pick up a mic on the streets and shut the whole streets, just even in the rain. Done it, Manchester, pissing down with fucking rain, and everybody, as soon as I stopped talking, everybody just went, oh shit, and ran to the sides, and didn't realise for 45 minutes they'd all been stood in the rain. Because I'm good at what I do. Because it's what I do. It's not what you do. It's what I do. It's my passions, my purpose, my talents, my skills, my tools, my things. You know, I'm a great painter. I'm an amazing drawer. You know, I love my music. And I'm a fucking great and clever activist as well. So Saturday worries me, and the reason that Saturday worries me is because not everybody understands the consequences of what is really going on in this world. Some people, some of the old people, it's really funny in the papers, right? They keep going on about how XR is full of, you know, the older generation, like the OAPs and stuff. And if it's all about the youth, what's it? Why is all these old people? Look, come on, they just want to get fucking arrested, for God's sake. You know, they've got a bucket list, they know they're leaving, and they think it's fun, wicked. You want to see the old dears, they think it's fucking fun getting carried out by the police. Some people come just because they want to get arrested. They've never been arrested, they just want to get arrested. You know, unfortunately, when you get to a certain age and you realise that you've lived a very prude life, and I certainly can't say I've lived a prude life. That's why relationships are really challenging, because I meet these really nice guys who are actually very prudish. I draw quite the dark side out of them, but shouldn't have it then, should they? But when I'm married, the lucky fucking man who marries me, I can tell you that. But yeah, I mean, with this physical body, it's a bit difficult. But the thing that worries me on Saturday is you're going to have all the ED. So let's go. So who have we got out on the streets? We've got the EDL, the Green Party, the Assembly, Occupy, XR, the Yellow Jackets, the Orange Jackets, Pride, Black Bloc. Then you got the Muslim side. Then you got the Palestine and Palestine, Free Palestine. Then you've got Cage. Then you've got Legal Action. And what concerns me is people coming from a naive mindset and point of view where they wouldn't think that their telephone could be tracked. They don't think that somebody sits on your camera and accesses. If you think I'm paranoid about this shit, by the way, Google the film Snowden, the actual film Snowden, and on the film they'll show you exactly how they go into everybody's crack book, and they've got this room that they sit in and they watch all of our Facebooks, yeah. And what they can do is they then go to friends, and that's how they basically suss out, is this person a potential domestic terrorist? I think one of my kids is coming through. Hello. Hello, monkey doll. Hello, it's okay. Oh, here comes Stronghold. This guy make you feel so much better. He gives the most gorgeous. He needs his haircut, so I don't know where his brother is. He needs his haircut. You know, like gorgeous. This is my non-verbal. We are struggling. He's 2 in November, but he doesn't speak. But he's very talented, aren't you, Shiloh? But Shiloh is another EDSer, as are all my children. It's 50-50 chance. You could say, should we be allowed to continue these conditions to go on? And that's a very eugenics sort of way of thinking about things. Same with Downs, you know, should we eradicate certain conditions that exist in this country? You know, should we eradicate the EDS gene altogether? I would love that. I would love to not have EDS, but you know, but also it comes with a gift. If I hadn't have ended up in a wheelchair, I would have carried on in sports. I would have probably have gone to the Olympics, and you know, I'd have competed for Great Britain, and you know, I would have just trained and been very healthy, never smoked, never touched prescription medication, never, I mean, I've been drugged on and off my whole life on prescription medications. I refuse. Even Graham says, look, Kelly, do you want paracetamol? I go, no, Graham, I don't touch it. I don't take these man-made prescriptions. But when I go into A&E, do I want to put my faith into the medical profession? If the health visitor comes back and they agree that I've got to go under adult social care, then, you know, then I think the problem for me and somebody like me is, if I was to collapse in the streets, what worries me is they've got to know I've got this little one. And even with Shiloh, and he's going to skateboard and stuff like that, it's about that enablement. It's about that empowerment. It's about taking somebody to their full potential, but recognizing that we as individuals, and someone said it's not about our individual carbon print. Of course it is. It is about 100, whether you want to call it a carbon print, our fingerprints, our handprints, the footprints that we leave on this planet. Of course it is. It's about personal responsibility and accountability. That is the line of everything. To be 100% personal responsibility, no blame, no shame, but also to recognize that there is an accountability. Like if I say to you, yeah, you're more than welcome to come in my house, and then you come in the house and you make my life difficult because you drop your biscuits on the floor and Everything that my kids do. You know, I make you a sandwich and there's crumbs all over the place. I'll make you a bit adult now. You know, you're a smoker and you leave backy all over the side. You know, you have shit and you leave it all over my side. And then you expect me to have the attitude that says, oh, don't worry about it, I'll clean it up. No. You step through and you come through into my home, then I would expect for you to leave it better than when you left it before. And that is by not lowering and making my life difficult, and meaning that I've now got to clear up after you because I struggle enough as it is. But also, if you came into my home and you had muddy shoes on, and then you come all the way into my house and you brought muddy shoes all the way into your house, then I'm the one that's got to get on my hands and knees and not just hoover it up. I'm going to have to then actually get my carpets cleaned, because on your shoes you might have brought, now I wear shoes in the house by the way guys, but on your shoes you might have brought mud, you might have brought dog shit, bird shit, you might have brought shoes, feet, you might have brought anything, any contamination into my home. So I have to get my carpets cleaned. So if then you knock on my door again and I say, look, you're more than welcome to come in, but last time you came, you brought mud all in the house, you dropped your sandwich all over it, you backy all over the thing. I'm not talking about Dean here, by the way. Never bring mud on his shoes, takes his shoes off and kicks them off as soon as he comes in. You know, and I say to you, look, you're allowed in my home, but this time I don't want to be cleaning up after you. If you do, then you won't be welcome to come back. So then they come in and it's not as bad, you know, they take the shoes off, they don't bring the mud in, and you know, but they still go and make the backy and leave you shit and stuff like that. You're like, okay, I can maybe tolerate that. But when they leave and they pick up their shoes, all the fucking shit up the wall where they're throwing their shoes down. So they knock on your door again and you say, sorry, but you're not coming in. They go, oh, don't be so fucking oh, fuck you, really? You're going to get rid of a friendship over It's about the respect. It's about the working relationship between a mutual agreement of two people and what those rules and what those boundaries and barriers are. The borders aren't around the world. It shouldn't be about whether somebody is black, white, pink, purple, grey, whatever. Why people divide people by colour is because they're looking at culture. They're looking at what their values and beliefs are and what their muddy carpets is, or a non-muddy carpet. Do you know what I mean? So what is being inflicted? Say, take Shiloh, prime example. Shiloh has the opportunity to remain, you know, at home with me, his dad, his brothers, getting to know his brothers and sisters, either living in our own home where we have the facilities for him to have his ramps and things like that, or we have somewhere that he likes to go for his ramps. He would literally spend morning, noon and night on his skateboard, scooter, BMX, chill out on his piano, do his painting, do his drawing, go and play football with his mates, play basketball, and probably, you know, be down at the homeless kitchens with us, and very rightfully be able to stand his ground on the front line. You know, he would certainly be a meditator, a prayer warrior. He would be 100% somebody who would physically train. So that's good. Now, if I went and put him in an education system, in a nursery, and somebody keeps saying, all right, trouble, to my son, then you're going to draw out a side of him that revokes him into being quite kamikaze. And that's not good for somebody like Shiloh. You couldn't take somebody like Shiloh and get them to sit down on a chair. I can already imagine seeing him turning it into a surfboard or something, or turning the chair over and seeing how he could balance on it and getting up on the table and trying to jump from it. It would be a fucking disaster. Do you know what I mean? And as much as he would sit there and conform for a certain level, after a while he just couldn't, and therefore they would label him as ADHD and they would medicate him so he can sit in a chair longer than 25 minutes, being that our own brains only take in 7 plus or 1 minus as information, and we only have a mental capacity of 20 minutes, which is why all videos really will eventually come under 20 minutes. I'm not doing this for you guys, I'm doing it for me. I'll go through it, it'll be a diary, it helps me write, process, it helps me think about what I'm thinking about, and it does help me share information, but ultimately I'm trying to package it up into a product that you have to buy. You know, that's my income, that's my lifestyle. You know, that's my job, that's my work. This is my job, this is my service, I suppose. Call it free or call it what you want, but I need a home, I need transportation, I need petrol, I need to be able to get to these families, and you know, I need to be in London at the moment, and my kids need the right people around, and I need to be paying people and contracting people, because one of the most amazing things about what's going on at the moment is it's all individuals actually standing up over their own thing. But if you are on an XR camp, they are very, 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 very strict. Like, if you attend a Zoom, you cannot talk about your own campaign and cause. If you attend a meeting, you may not bring any of your own flyers. And that is also, even if, say, you've got a veg garden or you do some form of permaculture or healing, you are not allowed to bring any of your own flyers and place them on the chairs or give them out. Or that's why they hate me, because you can't stop someone like me campaigning. Like, it rolls off my tongues all the time. I'm challenging the health visitor already, and she will come back in a bit. Challenge her, pushing her back, pushing the boundaries back, you know, making her see, you know. So, you know, taking it back to what happened on the train station, you know, you want to see how these people went in and were quite happy to beat the shit out of this man. They were just pissed off that they were going to be late for work, because if they don't get to work, then they don't pay the bills, and they don't get to go out and pull some woman and shag them and whatever, but get their coat that night, or, you know, put tea on the table for the kids. You're so beautiful. I love you. You know, so at the end of the day, we are all individuals, and we all come together as a collective, not to fight each other. It shouldn't be about fighting each other. So I hope on Saturday, with this fire that's going to ignite, it's not about them and us. It's not about Parliament and us. Trish, my health visitor, very human, double booked today. I have been cool about it. She's going to come back. Now, the thing is that then sort of fucks me over, because as soon as Elijah gets up, I've got to go and get the rest of Graham's stuff. Graham's clearly not well. If Jenny turns up today, it's cool, because she wants the dining table, so I'll go and pick that up. But again, people don't realise I've got 2 car seats in the car, and I'm trying to go back and forth to pick things up. Now, at the end of the day, the council has already taken the other stuff to Jenny. They could have had all of this stuff. The council could have gone in there and taken all of their things. You know, at the end of the day, I found out yesterday how close Graham was to losing this all in the skip. You know, the landlord had actually had someone come around and assess it and take what they wanted, and, you know, they were literally probably already rubbing their hands and already noticed the reel-to-reel and quite interested. And I said there was going to be some cine films come my way. I said this a while back, didn't I? Because I got a projector. I got one of them really old projectors that's in the hallway. And if you see my live, you'll see me say, I have a feeling that there's going to be some things come my way. And lo and behold, one of the boxes yesterday had one of those really old things. So I can't wait to test to see that my projector works, but also to see what's on it, even if it's just family photographs, because it would be interesting, because Graham's family own Dartmoor, or like whatever's going on with this inheritance on will at the moment. I don't know. So what was I going to say? So yeah, Saturday worries me. The state of human. We're all human, but we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We're all here for our trials and tribulations. We're all here for our test and our testimony. And we're all here. And we have free will. And we have the choice to create or destroy, to believe or to doubt, to be the change or to resist the change. The change is coming whether you like it or not. Oof. I know EDS mums that can't even hold their kids. You definitely need a haircut, Muppet. Like a mop top. So the resistance and the other word to resistance, when you resist something or you embrace. So we can embrace change and we can all come together now. And actually, they've had the start of the assembly. What's going on at Trafalgar Square at the moment is basically a massive, big public think tank. But the problem is people can only come from their own perception and their own point of view. And what's going to happen on Saturday is the top, middle, and bottom are going to come together. And at the moment with XR, the majority of them are middle class, white supremacy, lefties, and then you've got the right with yellows. What's the matter? Is it ticklish? Is it ticklish? And then obviously the other thing is people project. So, oh, don't kick, please. Don't do that. That's not good behaviour, is it? That's my laptop. Yeah, it's hours where you watch it as well, so you need to respect it. Yeah, it struggles enough as it is, this little laptop, yeah. Otherwise, we'd be able to do so much more. And I desperately need proper Word, because when I send emails, all these free ones, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. They can't open them and stuff, so they just reject it. So it has to be the official Word document. You, please don't, and I'm not even going to kiss your feet or tickle your feet now, because that's not a good thing. Come on, Mummy. You can say hello. You can come and say hello. Mopper top. Look at this hair. Who's this on your t-shirt? This is who it's about, guys. Which one's that one? 2 seconds. You want to say hello? I'll knock you over. Don't speak yet. I have to say. Don't speak. I went to finish the live from